Yo, what is going on, man? Today we're going to be talking about how you can actually hit your goals this year in 2026 and actually make some progress, because I know a lot of people, because it's the new year, they set all these goals yet make no progress, and by the end of the year the cycle just repeats. So I'm going to break down a couple things you need to do to ensure that you're actually going to make progress this year in 2026, and these are things I've personally done to make progress in 2025. I won't say you will hit all your goals, but you will definitely make some progress. Number one, man, is figuring out what you want, okay? A lot of you guys have these goals, but they're so fucking vague. Like, you're talking about, I just want to get rich and I want to have an amazing body. What does that exactly look like? How do you want to make the money? How much money do you want to make? By what time period do you want to make this money? What weight do you want to be? How ripped do you want to be? The reason why figuring out what you want is really important, because if we determine what exactly you want, we can now create the variables to create that person that will actually achieve those goals. Because right now, the reason, honestly, you haven't achieved any of your goals is because you're not the type of person yet that has what you currently want. If you were that person, you would already have it. It's as simple as that. So let's say, for example, your goal was, I wanted to get into amazing shape this year. That's very vague. Let's change it to, I want to be 170 pounds, lean with a six-pack. Okay, now I got a description, and I want to do this by the end of the year. So we now have a time frame. So in order to be this person who's in amazing shape, you're obviously going to have to set up some variables in order to hit this goal. So the type of person that is 170 pounds lean, does this motherfucker cheat on his diet? Does this motherfucker skip workouts? Does this person give himself excuses not to work out? We want to write down all the variables now on what this person does in order to maintain what he already has. Now that you've created the variables and you've created your goal that's actually descriptive, we can now move on to the second part, which is getting the variables that you just created and putting it in your calendar. It is amazing, man, how much time you have throughout your day that you're wasting because you don't schedule anything throughout your day. If you start scheduling when you are going to do certain things, you are going to realize all the time where you were making excuses where you didn't have time. It wasn't that you didn't have time, it was just you were wasting a lot of it. So like I mentioned previously, if the goal was that we wanted to be 170 pounds lean and ripped by the end of this year, I need to put in my calendar from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. I'm going to go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. Now that I put in my calendar that I'm going to go to the gym from 6 to 7 a.m. every single day, I know that if I just follow my calendar by the end of the year, I'll hit my goal, because I'm scheduling out which variables I need to put in my calendar in order to hit my goal. You now know your goal. You now know what variables you need to do every single day to hit your goal. You scheduled all the variables into your calendar, so you know exactly what time you are going to do everything that will make you hit your goal by the end of this year. It's not enough just to do the daily variables in order to hit your goal, because there are going to be some one-time tasks you need to do. A one-time task could be, I need to sign up to the gym. And these one-time tasks have to be scheduled on your calendar. So every single day, we're going to create a momentum list. And these are going to be between 3 to 5 tasks that will help you get closer towards your goal. Will you have momentum tasks every single day? Well, depending on the size of your goal, maybe. But let's just say, for example, you were just a dude who just wanted to get ripped. There might be days, if your only goal right now, man, was just to get into the best shape possible, there may be a lot of days where you don't have anything on your momentum list. So you can use this to kind of things in your life outside of your goals. For example, because you've been scheduling everything in your calendar, you also remember that you need to do a specific doctor's appointment, you need to go to the dentist. One of your momentum tasks could be go to the dentist on this particular day, right? So every single day, depending on the size of your goal, we want to create some one-time tasks that we can fit into our calendar throughout the week. So one of them could be, if we're going to use the same example of getting into the best shape possible, is signing up to the gym or buying protein powder, buying this specific piece of equipment for my home gym. I'm just giving out random examples, right? But now that we have variable tasks in place of the daily things you need to do every single day, and we're also creating the one-time task, finally, and here's the big part about, and this is ultimately what wraps everything together, you just need to be patient and be consistent. I swear to God, half this battle is just being consistent with your goal. It's so fucking easy to win, man. So many people, the only thing they're consistent in their life is just going to work. Most people are not consistent at going to the gym. Most people are not consistent at following a diet. People are consistent at things that they're forced to do, which is going to work. If you can just be consistent, man, I'm telling you, you can beat 60 to 70, maybe even 80% of the competition. Because yearly consistency, that is so fucking rare, man. If you can be consistent for a year, man, I'm telling you, you'll be a different human being. It's just most people, they'll be consistent for maybe a couple weeks, a couple months, but then they fall off, man. And then they're always in a constant cycle of getting back on and then getting back off. If you can just stay consistent all throughout this year, I am telling you, man, it's a compounding effect, and you will see greater results than the average person, and you will accomplish things that the average person wouldn't. So to wrap everything up, in order to hit your 2026 goal, we need to first off figure out exactly what you want and be descriptive and have a timeline. From that, you create variables on what daily habits you need to do every single day in order to hit your goal. Once you find out all the daily variables, you then have to schedule it out in your calendar. Once you schedule it out on your calendar, you then every single day have to schedule out your momentum tasks, which are one-time tasks that you do throughout the journey. This can be done daily before you go to bed. A list of 3 to 5 things that'll get you closer towards your goal. And finally, just being consistent, doing those things repetitively for an entire year. I promise you, in 90 days, you will be a completely different person, but give it a damn year, man. I'm telling you, your life will not be the same by the end of the year, and people are going to be looking at you like, holy fuck, what the fuck happened to this dude? All right? So with that being said, I hope you guys got some value from today's video. Subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram at Shook Training. Other than that, man, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.